Hey guys, it's Ken Scott, Senior U.S. Immigration Law Intelligence Analyst for www.usentryWayResources.com. We already got you guys cleared to enter the USA, so you already know. Today is July 16th, 2025. So guys, I want to comment on a story that I just saw today on a BC news media outlet. The story's been out for a couple of days on other outlets, but this is the first time I've seen this one on this outlet. And guys, the purpose of this video is to elaborate on this story, but also to tie in the fact that you know how I always told you guys, you got to be really, huh? Come here. Okay. All right. There. You happy now? So, guys, you remember how I told you about the fact that in this work, you got to be really careful of who you hire and where you get your knowledge from. I've elaborated on that multiple times. And okay, some of these people talking about this story, I really, really question their level of knowledge because a lot of the stuff that's said here, I mean, it's not even basic common sense. So I'm gonna let you guys. Ah, sorry. Hey, no. Sorry about that, guys. She's a very pushy pussy. But anyway, I'm gonna let you guys just get your own, form your own opinion on this. It's a story. Now I'll just go through snippets of it. 4 U.S.-born children detained at Peace Lodge Park, parents still being held. So apparently, this woman, she was at Peace Lodge Park with her mother and her 4 kids. And according to the story, she tried to smuggle some people. We don't know exactly whom. Maybe it's the 4 kids, who knows? But she tried to smuggle some people, or she engaged in alien smuggling. I will say that because none of us have all the full details. But let's look at the facts. She was at Peace Arch Park with her mother. This woman. This woman had 4 kids. She had triplets and another child. So this woman was trying to, I guess, re-enter the USA at Peace Arch Park. And guys, that's a hotbed of smuggling, Peace Arch Park. And she got caught for alien smuggling. Now that's still pending and etc. So I won't even touch that topic. But the thing is, this lawyer mentioned in the story, his last name is Saunders. You guys can check out the story yourself. He's saying, quote unquote, he's never seen a mother and children arrested for possible alien smuggling at the park. Well, I hate to burst his bubble, but this is nothing new. And one of the reasons why I say, me being a former federal officer, a former law enforcement officer who was previously posted in Washington State, this is where my knowledge comes from, actually in the field. Regarding it now, anyone with any ounce of common sense knows with alien smuggling, and let's say let's just say you're the smuggler. You're smuggling the people, sneaking the people into the USA for payment, more than likely, some kind of remuneration. Now, down at the southern border, quite often, the gentlemen who smuggle people into the U.S., the coyotes, or whatever they call, I won't bore you guys with the hierarchy, but they often smuggle families into the U.S. Now, guys, the last time I checked, families could mean adults and kids. Last time I checked. So they smuggle families across the Rio Grande, now Texas border, that's fine. They're not going to limit it to the Texas border, the southern border. It's going to be the northern and southern. So, I mean, I don't know, just saying you've never seen it, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't even sound right. Because these smugglers are going to smuggle all throughout the northern and southern border. And just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it's never happened. I mean, it just brings a lot of questions. I'm like, why would you even put that narrative out? Because smugglers have been smuggling to that park forever. And the thing is, we had a mother and a daughter who got caught smuggling at that park, and that was what's this 2025? That was 2019. It was her and her small baby. She was trying to smuggle herself into the U.S. to be with the father, but that's a whole different story regarding that. So it happens. People smuggle their children in, whether it's a father or mother. They smuggle the children into the USA at various locations, including Peace Arch Park. Now, this is more so for the gentleman Saunders who doesn't seem to understand about smuggling. Sir, they smuggle people into the U.S. at various ports of entry. Well, not ports, even through ports of entry. They could be in the trunk. But they smuggle people into the USA through various locations along both the northern and southern borders. Now, mind you, you may not have that level of education to understand that. I get it. So I don't mind helping you out. But the smuggling at the northern and southern border. So just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. I've seen it. We have clients who've done it. I told you about the woman and her small baby. Now, yeah, one child and mother, but this is just, in this case, this is a woman with 4 kids. But what does it matter? Whether it's 4 kids or 1 kid, it's still a mother smuggling her kids into the U.S. Now, in terms of the smuggling part, the story, this is why I don't like the leftist mainstream media, because they never get the story right. That woman had some kind of ties to having a U visa, and that's a totally different story. So I'm just skimming through here. And the father, or her husband, he got arrested too. I don't think he was there at the time, but he's in detention. And who knows what the deal is with that. But the thing is, the story is trying to twist it to say that um, this is unusual. This is not unusual, guys. This smuggling is not unusual. And the story is also twisted here. I'm just reading through it to try to put the blame or bash DHS. Now, me being a former U.S. government employee, I'm going to be the first one to say that there's some officers at DHS that should not be officers. That's coming from my mouth. I've got friends who still work at DHS. So some of these guys should not be officers. By the same token, if you are a mother, and this goes out to the parents. If you are a mother with 4 kids, what the fuck are you doing putting your kids in that situation? Especially, I think that it was 3 triplets. I think they're really, really young, really small, and some other like younger kid. Why the fuck would you put your kids in that situation? Don't blame DHS for that. You blame the mother. And this is going out to that lawyer as well. Don't put the blame on DHS. Put the blame on the parents. And I'll go as far as to put the blame on the husband as well. I mean, he may not be the kid's father, but he's still married to her. So for all intents and purposes, those are his kids as well. Where the hell was he when this was going on? Don't blame DHS. Blame the parents. And I stand firmly on that. And the thing is, DHS told this woman, do you want us to take the kids or keep the kids with you in detention? At least she did the right thing and said, okay, I want to keep my kids. Okay, fine, fair enough. I'll give her that. But don't blame DHS for something the mother did. She did this to herself. Now, the time she was there, in terms of them releasing her, transporting her, that could be a topic of discussion. That could be the staff shortages, space shortages, who knows. But guys, another thing, this is nothing new because, again, on the southern border, I don't know if they're still doing it, but they were locking up families in cages. DHS was locking up families in cages. I don't know if they're still doing it, but entire families. Think about that. If you are a family of 3 and you snuck into the US illegally, should you have done it? No. You got caught? Yes. And they put you in a cage. Now, the cages are not like, like the tiger cages, the massive cages, but I'll say it's inhumane. I'll be the first one to say that's inhumane, putting humans in a cage like that. That's a topic for another discussion at DHS, and I think they need to come to like more humane solutions in terms of that part. But don't blame DHS for arresting this woman and the kids. Could they have done better regarding the situation with the kids? No, maybe. We don't know the full story about that. But don't try to twist the story and say, oh, poor her, because she engaged in the crime. So if there's any blame to be laid, it's on her. And really, the husband as well, like I said. Blame the parents. Don't blame DHS. DHS has been put in the middle of this. And like I said, I'm not defending DHS because the border cases we clear, DHS does not jump for joy. I'll say that. Because we have between a 99 to 100% success rate. And that's another reason why they don't jump for joy. So a lot of these lawyers who quote unquote claim to be lawyers and who quote unquote claim, I'm just looking through here, I can't find the rest of it now, who claim to have been practicing for 25 years. Now, I'm sorry. If you've been practicing for almost 25 years, U.S. immigration law, and you're working by the U.S. border, city of Blaine, you mean to tell me you've never heard of the components of alien smuggling? Now, maybe haven't had much business. Okay, fine, fair enough. I'll give you that. But if you have, how the hell can you say you've never heard of this? You've never heard of people getting arrested at that park for smuggling, or I'll go as far as to say parents getting arrested at that park for smuggling. Doesn't matter if it's 4 kids or 400 kids. The parents still smuggle. The parents put the kids in that position, and that's terrible. A shame on the parents for doing that to those kids. Shame on the parents, the woman, and shame on that father, because you should not be putting these young, vulnerable kids in that position. So if you're going to blame someone, you blame the mother and father. You don't blame DHS. DHS is caught in the middle of this. So, but don't say you've never seen it. If you haven't seen it, then what are you doing commenting on these videos if you have no knowledge of this stuff? And if you have knowledge of it, why are you saying you haven't seen it? That tells me that you don't have as much experience in this area. And that's fine. I grant that. But if you don't have experience in this area, what the fuck are you doing commenting on this stuff then? So no matter how you slice the pie, it comes back to the same conclusion 360. That's real talk. Ken Scott, Senior, U.S. Immigration Law Intelligence Analyst with www.usentryWaiverServices.com. And that's 888-908-3841 or 604-562-8140. So guys, anytime you need to get sorted out for the U.S. border and you need to get cleared to enter the USA, remember us. We're right here in Surrey. We've got 7 locations now, and hopefully soon 8. I'm still working on that 8th one. That's going to be out in Ontario, so out in Brampton. But that's topic for another video. Bottom line, guys, do your own research. Don't just listen to the leftist mainstream media. Do your own digging. Do your own digging. Don't just go face value what the media is saying. Now, a friend of mine today explained to me about this topic, about why a lot of people just believe the CBC. And I said, okay, I get it. And it has to do with like finances and government, like checks being handed out to them for like benefits, which is fine. I mean, I get that. But bottom line, still do your own research. Ken Scott, Senior, U.S. Immigration Law Intelligence Analyst at www.usentryWaiverServices.com. That's 888-908-3841 or again 604-562-8140. All right, guys, have a great day. Remember, in the words of my Vulcan colleague, live long and you prosper.